Like, if you really want this, you have to really do the work. And it's really testing me in a way of like, you can't just sit around and wait for that thing to come to you. Like, it's time for you to put one foot in front of the other and start working.
All right, everybody, welcome back into another episode of the Spark Moment podcast. And in this episode, I have a real special guest, a model, one of my best friends. Ms. Ari, how you doing?
Doing great. Wonderful. Excited. This is a long time coming. I'm just thrilled to be here, honored to be here, honestly.
I know. And I've always been, keeping you updated on this. It has been a while, but hey, we finally here.
We're here.
And I appreciate you coming in and doing this. So as someone who's been a big fan of you, watched your journey. So I'm excited to hear your story.
Excited to tell it.
All right.
And there's since day one.
That's right. So we're going to start off. This segment is just the Spark rapid questions to some ice-breaking questions. You ease into it, okay? So first questions, do you prefer sunrise or sunset?
That's a good question. I would say sunrise.
Sunrise.
Start of a new day, new opportunities for the day.
Yeah.
What
sunrise. I'll probably say sunset, to be honest, because I'm a night owl. So like during the day, I'm just always tired, and then I come awake at night.
You got that like burst of energy at night.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I see more sunsets than I see sunrises, honestly. So yeah, I'd probably say that. So
that actually fits. That's very suiting for you.
That's me.
I'm in bed by 9 p.m. As you know, I'm asleep by that time.
I wish, man. But when you got a million things going on, man, it's like, who's got time to sleep?
Me. I need it.
All right, Ms. Aria. So this question is, what's your dream destination for a photo shoot?
That is a really great question. I would have to say that would be Hawaii. Like, just how beautiful it is, the culture there. I just love the Hawaiian culture, if I'm being honest. And it's always spoken to me, that island. So if I could do like a nice sunset, actually, beach photo shoot,
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I can see you pulling that off.
Thank
One
you.
of these days.
Where's your dream place to shoot? What about you?
Me?
As a photographer?
I think I would want to shoot like somewhere in like a Mexico City or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the environment there, all the colors, the vibrant colors, the scenery, stuff like that has always been beautiful to me. So I think somewhere in Mexico, yeah. I don't know exactly where, but somewhere that has all that there. So
yeah, I could see
I think that would be super dope. I know for a fact I would get some crazy shots there. So
yeah, that would be fun.
All right, this one. What's a word you always mispronounce?
Perfect. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you're too perfect now? You don't mess up ever?
No, I do. And I was crazy as on my flight yesterday back home, I was thinking about a word. It was a specific, and it's not coming to me right now, but there was a specific word that it was hard for me to articulate, like the pronunciation of it. But if we're talking about spelling, I suck at spelling, definitely.
Yeah.
It's a really hard word for me to spell. Yeah.
And that
restaurant for some reason always gets me.
Restaurant. Yo, those always get me too.
Receipt too. Receipt. Why is that?
You get it mixed up?
Yeah, but there's so many like silent letters. Why? The English language.
Yeah, it makes those words, honestly, they still to this day haunt me sometimes. Especially when I'm writing an email or something like that, and I'm like, definitely, good thing for spell check, because
spell check, AI, thank God. What about you? What's the word that you mispronounce?
Definitely is always one. And I'm trying to think of another one. That might be my word actually, because I feel like I use that word a lot when I'm, especially like when I'm typing emails, and I'm always messing that word up. Like
Yeah.
it is always. I press the space bar and that red line comes up, and I'm like,
Comes up.
I knew it. I already knew it,
Well,
man. You didn't even have to tell me.
yeah. Like,
You know
dang,
what I
I,
mean?
cause it, yeah, I don't know. That word just always gets me too.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. You would think after so many times of messing up, like you would
You would
know how to
finally
spell
get
it.
it. Hmm.
Yeah, we just like, man, every time.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Okay, Miss Ari, since you're so perfect and you never mispronounce anything, if you could
Okay.
spread if you could spread one positive message to the world, what would it be?
Always be in self-discovery mode. Always try to figure out who you are. And because we are constantly evolving as human beings, mentally,
Mhm.
emotionally, we're always encountered with different things throughout our lives that kind of they remap our way of thinking. So always staying true to who you are and pursuing the best version of you.
I love that. When did that start coming?
Um, so this is a recent discovery, if I let me just say. Um, coming up to my 30s, I'll be 30 at the end of this month. I feel like the older I got, the less I worried about what people thought of me. Um, and I with the pressure of thinking of what other people thought of me, I put my identity in so many different things subconsciously. I didn't realize how much of myself was rooted into things that were just not who I was to my core. So I would say like the last couple of years, I've just really been trying to hone in on who is Ari. Like when it's still like again, it's still happening. I'm evolving every single day, and there are times where I'm like, I'll like have a little happy moment to myself of like, oh, well, I really like this. Like, okay, like Ari really likes this, and it'll be like that internal dialogue of like just hearing my voice reiterate and really solidify the thing that I like. It could be ice cream. Like, oh,
Mm,
I really like coffee flavored ice cream. Like that is my stuff. Um and just being able to discover like those even those little tiny details of my life.
okay, I love that.
Yeah.
And that's one of those journeys that's never ending.
Never.
You know what I mean? We could be in our 50s and 60s, God willing, and still learning things about ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I
So
mean,
I love
we're
that.
constantly evolving. We're encountered with different things,
Yeah,
different
for sure.
seasons. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Um, for me, I think a positive message that I would want to send to the world is like have more grace for yourself. You know, be more polite to yourself.
Yeah, I love that one actually.
That's a good one for me. And I think it's because, and it's something I like struggled with for a long time, and something that I'm constantly working at as well. A lot of times, nowadays we think about perfection, and if something doesn't go right, then it's the end of the world, or
Mhm.
putting that blame on yourself with that doesn't have to be as bad as or as harsh and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, and at the end of the day, man, it's like we're all human. We're all gonna make mistakes, but we're all trying. Like we're not perfect in this world, though. I think giving yourself grace would be one of the big messages I would share.
I that is so perfect. You constantly remind me that all the time. So that like is very on brand for you. Yes.
Yeah.
Giving yourself grace. I mean, that comes with the self-discovery also. But I
Yep.
feel like in order to achieve the goals that you really set out for yourself, there's going to be some humility. Like you're going to experience some things that some people may find cringy. But if cringe is what it takes for me to get to the next level, then hey, I'll look cringy, but I'm achieving my goals, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Can you say the same? Are you
Yep.
staying stagnant and that goes along with not worrying about what other people think because
Mm-hmm.
everyone has their own stuff, you know?
Yep. So that self that self love and that self validation. So that's a big thing. I'm still like I said, still learning that.
I struggle
And
with it still too. So it's not like it's a constant. It's a constant for sure.
So, if you can share with us what your spark moment was that led you to pursue your modeling journey.
That's a great loaded question. So I've always been very in tune with like fashion. I've always loved taking photos. Ever since I was a young girl, I have photos from when I was little, being, dressing up as a diva and playing dress up in my mom's closet, watching her do her makeup, in the mornings for work. And I was just always so fascinated with, the idea of just being so feminine that I could, dress up and be pretty and feel doing the things that make me feel pretty, right?
Hmm.
And along with that, I feel like when I take photos, it makes me feel beautiful. Like if I feel beautiful, I'm getting it behind the camera. Like I mean, in front of a camera. Um, but actively pursuing modeling and that spark moment again. You've always been one of my like one of the people who was like, get in front of that camera, girl. What are we doing?
Right.
Um, hone in on those talents. But I've always had a loving, supportive like system around me. Like my core people are always like, what are we doing? You have the personality, you have that it thing. Like do it, pursue it. What are we waiting for? So the I feel like I kind of got away from the question. The spark moment was really the love and support around me. Like everyone just telling me to, hey, believe in yourself. Like believe in yourself. You're the only one that's stopping you from doing that.
No, that's love. That's amazing because a lot of people don't have that support system.
Yeah.
So the fact that you had that right out the gate is
Right.
that's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
What about you? What was your spark moment for photography?
For photography, it's crazy because like photography for me, photography found me. I didn't find photography. I always tell people that because I started off not even thinking about it. It started really one night, because I do film, as you know. So one night I was just going around the neighborhood, just kind of recording stuff around the neighborhood, just for fun, practicing stuff or whatever. And I ran into my sister, funny enough, and I was like, "You want to do a photo shoot?" Like just randomly. I've never done a photo shoot ever before. But I was like, I had my camera out. I was like, "You want to do a photo shoot?" She said, "Yeah." So we did a photo shoot, just for fun, not really thinking anything of it. And I posted them on social media on the gram, and then it got some good reviews. It was like you should try this or whatever. I ended up the camera I had was more for like film or like
Mhm.
recording. I was using my phone when I started photography, just taking self portraits and stuff like that, until I invested into a real camera, and then a year later had my first photography job. So like it's not this a big grand story, but it's like real random. But I mean that's kind of why I say like photography found me. I didn't find it. So
Yeah. Like you discovered your talent.
hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, yep, and then fell in love with it right after too. So right after we did that shoot and I started practicing more, started to really understand it more is when I started to fall in love with it, and then, decided to pursue it. And then, a year later, I don't even think it was a full year to be honest, before I got my first job. So, yep,
They
been
say
doing
that
it
if
ever
you have an
since.
idea of something to just try it. Like you
Yeah.
never know where that could lead.
No, that's facts.
Because I mean, just with that, you've accomplished so much within the photography world, but also screenwriting. Like you're tapping into that. Like you have there's so many different facets that you have like
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it's funny because screenwriting for me came way before photography. So writing for me has always been my first love. Like I've been writing since really before I even knew I was a writer. Like I remember writing was like one of my best subjects in school. And we would have these, I remember I think it was like fourth grade. We had this writing assignment where it was like a picture, and it was like teacher was like, you have to write a story based off like what's going on in this picture or whatever.
yeah.
And I remember it was one of these, it was like a cartoon drawing, but it was like one of those grandfather clocks, you know what I mean? Like those big clocks. And it was like a rocket underneath it or whatever. Like it was flying up. And I remember I was writing this story about it. The story had to be like 8 pages long.
Do you still have
And
that story to like look back on?
I don't. I wish I did.
That's
It was
like
like
the start of it.
no, for real. And it was
Dang.
front and back because then, back then I was writing, front page, back page. It was like 8 pages long. Teacher kept coming up to me every day. It was like, hey, you almost done? You almost done? I'm like, no, I'm almost there. Almost there. I finally finished it, but it was just like, and there was some like, it was like other instances like that too, where I had, but it really started when I was like 15. I started off writing poetry, and then it gradually went into like, I wanted to write sketches, like sketch comedy, and then it went into TV and then film, and been doing it ever since. Yeah.
You got a
Yep.
creative mind. That mind is something crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thank God for it. So what about you? Can you kind of talk about like your first photo shoots that you remember, how you were feeling, where you were, how did it go?
Yeah, actually. So, first photo shoots behind, you always do those photo shoots with your family when you're a kid. Like you go to the JC Penney and you're all dressed up and you're with your siblings,
Yeah, yeah.
stuff like that. But actual photo shoot was with you actually. We were in we were in my place. Yeah. I mean, I always took photos again. I always took photos, but it was like with my iPhone, my sisters, my cousins, whoever was around would like take my photos. I
Mhm.
even had my nieces taking my photos for me.
Yeah.
um, but my actual first photo shoot where I was actually nervous was with you. It was at my old apartment, had this backdrop, and I remember feeling nervous about it because it wasn't like my family, right? Like where my sisters or I'm just guiding them how to take the picture. And it was instead you. And that was one of the first times you and I had actually met. And it was so nerve
Remember this.
wracking. Um, but I don't even remember exactly. Like I was wearing this white sweater, this white little sweater. Um, It was just a fun, like super fun experience for me. Like you made me feel so comfortable. You didn't make me feel awkward. Help me loosen up and not be so tense. And really I feel like once you helped me like talk me through it, I feel like that was when I was like, okay, I got this now. Like
I got this now.
I'm good. Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah,
really, I think just the photographer being, making you feel comfortable is a key factor to any model doing their jobs. I feel like
for
if you
sure.
have somebody who, maybe you don't really know how to pose or, you feel a slightly bit uncomfortable in the outfit that you're wearing, the person taking your photo, whether it's on an iPhone or a camera, pose like this, do this way, like can kind of tell you your good angles basically.
Mhm.
And yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was my first
I
show.
remember that.
You do,
I
right?
remember that.
That was a good time.
That was a good time and a long
A
night.
long time ago.
That was a good night or a long night too. I remember that. Cause did we do two?
We did
I think we
too.
did
Yeah.
two that day, right?
Mhm.
We did one outside and then one inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
remember
Oh
that.
my God, yeah, I forgot the outside one. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that
Mhm.
on the
Yeah.
steps.
You still have
Damn,
those photos.
I think I do actually. I think I have them on a hard drive somewhere. They came out. They came out. They came out. All right.
Yeah, we both were like nervous.
Yeah, no, and that was like one of the first shoots I think I done too. Like for somebody I didn't know,
Mhm.
that was like, I think that might have been, I think that might have been low key my first shoot I ever did, like with somebody who I didn't
I
know.
didn't know. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember my first too.
yeah.
Mhm.
I look back, I'm like, ugh.
No, 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 no. I think that
Yeah,
speaks to our progression. Like I feel like when you have those photos, it's just like, workout photos. You
hmm,
want those pictures to look back on to show your progress. And that's basically what that is. Like it speaks to where you were and where you are now.
yeah.
Grace, remember
That's
Grace?
facts. That's facts. Like they weren't bad, but like just knowing what I know now, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have did that. I wish I did that. So yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I remember it was cold as hell that day
It
too.
was cold. I don't even remember it wasn't a nice day. It had to have been like fall, like October, September, October.
Yeah, I think maybe something like that. Cause it wasn't snowing or anything yet, and the sun was out, but it was just super chilly. Yeah, I remember we didn't spend that much time outside,
No.
and then we did this shoot inside.
Yeah,
I
no.
remember that. Yeah.
shivering on our way back to the car. Like,
No, for real. I remember we were running because it was so cold. So, as a new model, just starting your journey, so far, what type of setbacks or obstacles have you come across?
myself, really. Just believing that I can do it, like just having full confidence in myself. I mean, it's taken me this long to like actually pursue it. Um, but I've been my biggest obstacle in this realm of my life or this next season of my life. And really I had to like look and realize like I have to get out of my own way, like in every aspect of life. Like I have to stop allowing, myself
Mhm.
to be my biggest enemy and start pursuing the things that I actually want to do. Like it it seems so like easy, right? It's easier said than done when you have so much self-doubt. When your self-doubt is louder than, you know, the yourself like cheering yourself on, it's a
Mhm.
little bit harder to like pursue the things that you actually want in life. I would say that's my biggest obstacle for sure.
Yeah. What have you learning so far from this experience?
Learning so far, patience, learning to be patient. Just getting my com cards made has tested my nerves a bit. Uh
Oh,
so
I
it's
know.
really it's tested my patience. Let me just be
I
clear.
know. Yeah.
Um But in that, it's also shown me that if I want this, I have to, like, if you really want this, you have to really do the work. This isn't something that's going to just come to you on a silver platter. Like, if a photographer is not answering, you move on to the next one. That one doesn't answer, doesn't have availability, you move on to the next one. And it's really testing me in a way of like, you can't just sit around and wait for that thing to come to you. Like, it's time for you to put one foot in front of the other and start working.
Mhm.
um because I think a lot of the times too I like get so complacent with my life and I don't put one foot in front of the other to do better or look at something else different. um so yeah, I would say that that's like the biggest thing I'm learning is
Patience.
yeah.
No, that's a fact. I'm a firm believer in this. Like, whenever you say you want to do something, and then when you go pursue it, and you know how you always have these obstacles, it seems like right out the gate. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like that's the initial test to see how bad you really want to. You
Mm-hmm.
like, for your example, you could, oh, this photographer isn't answering, so I guess this is a sign I shouldn't do it. Or is this guy saying, is this really what you want to do? Then show me. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely. Yeah.
So,
'Cause
nah, I
it's easy to listen to that, like, oh, it's easy to see the signs of the negative, but
yeah,
it's when you have that, like, mentality stored in your brain that, like, "Oh, this must be a sign that it's not the right thing to do," obviously, but it's why is it so much harder to believe this is actually a test for me to see
see how you,
if I actually
yeah,
really want to do this and to
yep,
see if I'm willing to put in the work.
yep,
Um, so yeah.
yep. Especially if it's something you really want.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be tested. So this is the initial test. Is this really you say you want this? Show me.
Tell me.
Throw these obstacles out the gate. But I love the fact that, what I'm saying, you took that and you didn't let it stop you. You just kept rolling. All right, this dude's not. All right, let me go over here. You know what I'm saying? It's all about figuring this shit out because like stuff happens. It's just like you just gotta find a way to
I'm not
figure
gonna
it
lie,
out.
a little bit in the beginning there, it just almost didn't feel like real. Like I remember telling you, like, this just doesn't feel like a real thing. Like signing with the agency, like all of that, just something just doesn't feel real. And it was because was so used to like that self-doubt that I kind of just like that first photographer that I reached out to, I let it sit for a while. It was like 2 weeks before I reached out to the next photographer. Um, but then my agency reached out to me and was like, "Hey, what's going on? Like, have you booked your comp card shoot yet? Like, have you reached out to a photographer?" And I think the agent reaching out to me and being like, "Hey, what's going on? Like, we really want to work with you. We really want to get you set up." Really kind of kicked me in the ass a little bit of like, okay, this is real. Like they actually do want to like start booking you
Mhm.
for shoots. You need to get on this. And second photographer didn't have any availability. Third photographer didn't answer. Fourth photographer was like, okay, yes. Now the shoot is set for in 2 weeks. So we're good to go there. But yeah.
I love that, and I love the fact that you have been that resilient because I know for a long time this is something that you want, that you wanted. We've been talking about it for a long time. I've
Yeah.
been trying to push you along to it. So,
Yeah.
like the fact of everything is coming in now, and God's time is perfect. So, um, but I really love the fact that we getting after it now. So, and with modeling, it involves a lot of like external validation, right? So, do you ever feel pressure to like maintain a high standard for yourself, like even when you're not in front of the camera?
Yeah, absolutely. Aside from the external validation, I am a very self and like I'm super analytical of myself. Um, Super self-aware, super self-analytical. So maintaining, which can be very almost toxic sometimes. Um, so I'm still actually learning again. Life, you're always learning something in life, but how to kind of silence that, right?
Hmm.
Because it's okay to not have everything be perfect. That that the stigma of perfection is so loud in my brain sometimes that sometimes you just have to quiet. Like there are some days where I just really want to just shut my ears and hide under a rock and not speak to some, as you know, like I'll go ghost for a couple of days. So I'm really trying to like silence the noise of the both external and internal. I think the biggest one that I would say I love about myself is maintaining and the highest form of femininity. Like staying rooted in having a soft heart and my love for people. I think that that's one of the biggest things for me is maintaining true to me
Hmm.
is making sure that my heart is always soft and not allowing the world to harden it. But that just goes to, I mean, there's so many other standards that I kind of
Yeah.
keep for myself.
So, is there ever times where like you're not in front of the camera, you're just like, because we're all human, where you're just like, man, I don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like doing man. I don't feel like doing my makeup. And like you see
Oh
me out in
yeah,
public, this is who I am. I don't care right now. You know what I mean?
all the time. Yeah. Yeah, 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 actually. I like to be comfy. I like to
Yeah.
be comfy. I like to make sure my hair is maintained, like I smell good, my clothes are I mean, there is a standard in that aspect of looking physically well put together.
Hmm.
I mean, and there's times where I'm just running to the grocery store and I'll throw on some sweats and a sweater and a hoodie and
Yeah.
call it a day. I mean, yeah. I mean, I try to look good, feel good type of mentality. But there are
Yeah.
days where I just really don't care. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I love that.
I think that's healthy though. I think
Yeah, I do too. Honest, I feel like I am. I do too because it's like you see everybody are, specifically for models, they're always looking their best in front of their camera. And it's just like, they're real, like, these are people too, you know what I'm saying? Like, they ever have these off days where they just don't feel like putting on makeup or something like that, you know what I mean? And you see them out and it's like, they don't even look like the same person.
that's
And it's
crazy.
like,
I actually feel like I look my best with no makeup. Like I feel the most confident without makeup, if I'm being honest. And I think makeup is just like it is an added bonus. But I really would prefer 90% of my days I don't wear makeup. Like so I'll find other ways to like feel good, right? I mean, doing my hair, making sure my outfit looks cute. I mean, I work a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. So I have to maintain some sort of like, like I have to some sort of standard with the way that I look.
yeah,
But even then, I no makeup
like,
at all.
hey, this is me. You
Yeah,
know, that's
absolutely.
a good test.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's a good test for for the guys too. You let them know right up front, hey, this what you get.
Listen, they
This
get
what you
that
get.
FaceTime with no makeup FaceTimes all of the time. Like,
Yeah,
oh my God, yeah. I feel like you have to love your natural self in order to love yourself with makeup.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. You ever think about the future, like where you want to take it, or what you want to accomplish in this journey?
So because I'm so new to this industry, I don't really have any expectations. I don't know what to expect because I'm so new to it right now. I'd love to shoot internationally. I think that that would be the biggest goal for me. Um, Runway, like high
Hmm.
fashion would be the goal for sure.
I can see that.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I see that for you since the moment like we worked together. I thought, oh, she should be doing like high fashion runway type shit. I
Thank
feel like your style fits that perfectly because like
you.
one thing about you is like you put some shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like I know, your love for fashion and all that. So it's like, and you model too. I'm like, oh yeah, you should be in this realm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have the look, you have the talent and everything for it. So I could definitely see that for you.
You've definitely been the voice in the back of my head. You are always telling me that too. So it's definitely appreciated. Yeah.
Yeah, for
What about
sure.
you? What's your biggest goal like with pursuing photography, screenwriting? What is your
Writing, because right now I write, which I love, of course, and I'm kind of flirting with the idea to direct.
I
Like
could
I
see
see myself eventually getting there. I just don't know if that's the one I want to jump into right now at this moment. You know what I mean? Because I think, and it's also because I just love writing so much. But I think with my writing, I eventually like because I already have my short film coming out this summer.
I was just gonna say
Um,
you have a film coming out soon.
I do,
Can't
yep.
wait to see
So
that. Can't wait to see that one.
that was a big goal for me. My next one is to really kind of shop around my screenplays. I went through. I've done the competition, screenwriting competitions. Been selected in a few, which was like some more validation, I guess. So it's like it's good to get that, and then now my mindset is like, okay, well, I feel like I'm good enough now. Like other people that aren't in my immediate circle that know me can see talent in my writing. Like, maybe I am kind of good at this. So I think my next step is to like shop my screenplays around to maybe different production companies in the future.
But yeah, I could see that for sure.
Get something, yeah. So I think
Yeah, just
that's
from listening to your screenplays or not listening to your writing, I'm like so fascinated. Like your mind is just something crazy when it comes to your
crazy.
creativity, for sure. Yeah.
I appreciate that. I have some screenplays I've been working on for years. Um, I think it's just getting those out there and seeing how far that they can go is what for me. And then for photography, let's see. I'm only hesitate right now because it changes so much. Like it really changes so much. Like sometimes I want to do branding. Sometimes I would just want to do portraits. Sometimes I just want to do editorial stuff, which I think I'm doing a lot more editorial lately. So I think maybe that's my goal is to maybe, get published. But maybe we'll do it together.
Right, I'll be your model, you'll be the photographer.
Yeah.
Let's
Shit.
do
I know
it.
you're gonna charge too. Your price gonna go up too. I got to save some coins.
It'll be on the house for you. You'll be the one photographer that I'll shoot for free with.
I'll take it. Cause
Love it.
I already know where you're going. You about to
Both of
blow up.
us. Hello, like you have a short film coming out soon, which by
For
the way
sure.
is Chef's Kiss. I
I
remember
appreciate
reading
that.
that actually at our first shoot together, reading the
Screenplay?
screenwriting.
Did I show you? I
You
show
did?
you that?
Yeah.
Oh,
And I was like, what? No, like you called me and we were talking about it. And I remember you calling me and telling me about it's like gonna start getting filmed. And I was like, no way. I was so excited.
yeah. I can't wait. I can't
Mhm.
wait. You gonna come? You gotta come with to
Oh,
the screening too.
I'll be there. What the heck? That was never a
Shit.
question.
Yeah.
That was never a question. It was
Yeah.
a matter of date and time, not a matter of if I was going.
Yeah. Nah, you gotta come. So you better call off work, tell 'em you sick, tell 'em you not coming, or whatever you
I
gotta
just
do.
need the date. The PTO is getting put in today. What are we even saying?
Hey, yup, yeah, you gotta come. You gotta
Hmm.
come.
I'll be there.
'Cause you be asking about it more than like everybody else.
Because
When they
I
coming?
can't wait to see
When
it. I can't wait to see it on the big
Yeah.
screen.
Nah, I appreciate that. So can you talk to us a little about your creative process and what that looks like? Like, does it start with an idea? How do you decide, who you want to work with, what type of work you want to do? And how you prepare yourself mentally and emotionally?
I don't know. I really don't. Again so new to this. Like I don't think that I have a process solidified just yet. I Once I immerse myself truly into the craft, I feel like then that kind of will come into play of like what that's going to look like. I have zero expectations of what to like once I have zero expectations right now. Um I feel like once I start shooting like in studios professionally that creative process is going to grow,
Mhm.
and I can speak to that a little bit more then. Right
Yeah.
now it really is just so new for me, and I'm excited to see what that's going to grow into.
Yeah. How did you prepare for our shoots?
Good question. The outfit. The outfit. Like that's really it.
High fashion.
Yeah, like putting the outfit together. Um that's really where it starts for me. Like
Starts with the outfit.
the outfit. Yeah.
So can you kind of explain your style and the type of
Uh,
shoots and style that you like to wear and model?
Good question. I lean more towards the beauty and fashion side of the industry personally. And again, that could change. But that's what I'm used to right now. Creating an outfit, my creative process for an outfit. Sometimes I have no idea what I'm gonna wear until the day of. Um, I like to prepare and plan. I like to try things on and see what they're gonna look like. Especially for events. Like I'm definitely that friend that's gonna try on a couple outfits before the event so that I can like, prepare.
Mhm.
I'm a shopaholic. I love shopping. Um, but there's some moments where, like today, for instance, I have no idea what I'm gonna wear. It's my best friend's birthday. We're going out, and I have an idea. Is that gonna come to life for real? I have no idea if that's gonna like happen.
Like, what does success look like for you right now?
I feel like that goal line moves as like because I like to give myself short-term goals. So right now success looks like doing this comp card shoot, really. Um
Yeah.
I mean, getting signed was a success in itself for me. Um the next order of business was okay, get the comp cards. Once that's completed, the next goal is going to be to book my first shoot. Um so I think that definition of success is going to change with every goal that's met. Yeah. What about for you?
Success for me is getting this film out.
Yeah.
Cause it was a long time coming. I think it's been last 3 years making this film. Like, man. And like, I kind of knew movies take a long time to make, but like I don't think I was prepared for just how much time they actually do take. And this is a short film, and it took
It's
this
long.
long. You know what I mean? And during the process of it, there was so many like trials and tribulations that we had to go through to, even start filming for real. Like
Right.
there were points where I was like, man, are we even gonna,
Get
is
it
this
out.
thing even really gonna happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just so much. Well, success for me is, the release of our film.
Yeah.
That would be success for me for writing and film. Photography, I think success for me is whenever whoever I'm working with has a good experience with me, has a good time, and they love their photos. So, pretty simple for me. I mean, like, of course, I have like some goals and stuff like that I try to set for myself, but I think something that I'm always grateful for, and the thing that I really love about what I do, is whenever I can provide, some form of happiness to somebody else, with those photos. And not only happiness in seeing the photos that they came out good, but that they also had a good experience as well. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see them like relieving
Hmm.
some pressure on themselves and get
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think
We're
that's success for me. Like that's a successful shoot for me. So. Wanted to ask for all the new models or aspiring models, what type of advice could you give to them to just start? You know what I'm saying? Maybe if they're lacking self-confidence, what would you tell them?
just do it. Just start. If you have an inkling, if you have some feeling like you really want to pursue it, just do it. What the worst that's going to happen is the worst
You're
that's going to
exactly
happen
where
is
you're at.
you're exactly like
Mhm.
you try everything. Again, that goes back to the if you have an idea, just try it. Like, right, as long as we're morally and ethically within bounds. But just if you have an idea, go with it. That's with everything, modeling, whatever it is. Because you really just never know. It's those ideas, those goals, the idea you have for your life for the future. Those are not put there on accident. Those are put there on purpose. So just do it.
Mhm.
What about you?
That advice I would share, pretty similar to yours, just do it. I would say do it because you love to do it, or you had the idea to do it.
Yeah.
So if you have an idea in your head that just won't go away, it's probably because God probably put it there for you to
There
do
for
it.
a
You know what I
reason.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So trust that and do it.
Yeah, because you don't know where that could lead you. You don't know
Hmm.
if that could lead you to maybe modeling isn't your thing. Maybe pursuing uh styling, being a makeup artist, being a creative director, being a photographer, owning a studio. Like you don't know where that could take you, right? Um, so really just doing it and seeing where it goes.
Exactly. Exactly. Ari, you got a bright future ahead of you. I know that for
Likewise,
sure.
likewise.
You definitely do. So, with that bright future, can you share with us what's next for you? Where are we going to see Ari next?
You see me in your nearest Sephora, Ulta. You may see me in Vogue. We
Oh,
don't know yet.
still working it
Big
out, huh?
plans, yeah, big plans. And we're just gonna let the Lord take the lead and really just trust and continue pursuing.
Yeah, he's got a plan for you.
Absolutely.
He does. And I can't wait to see it. And I will be front row
You may see
for
right
all your
beside
achievements.
me. What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Ari. I appreciate you coming on today. I really appreciate you doing this for me.
Thank you for inviting me.
Coming on here, sharing your story.
I'm excited. Thank you.
Thank you.
All
And we
right.
will catch you on the next one.
I'll have different questions, different answers.
Yeah. Hopefully might even be in person next time. You might have to run it back and do a part
Oh,
two.
I'm praying. Praying.
Thanks so much for listening to the Spark Moment podcast. If this episode inspired you, make sure to follow the show so you don't miss a single spark. I'd love to hear what your spark moment was. You can share it with me on Instagram at the Spark Moment Podcast, or tag the show in your stories. And if you enjoyed today's conversation, please leave a rating and review. It really helps more people discover these stories. Until next time, keep chasing that spark.